Welcome to the Underground Church Podcast. I'm your host, Minister Christopher Perkins. I'm going to thank you for joining me again. I know it's been a while, so I want to take this time to, in this episode, just to give some brief updates on the podcast and what's been going on. I think the last time I posted was a full episode was back in January, and really the month of February didn't really get any content out. I think I posted maybe like a reel, something on TikTok, and that was pretty much it. And now, the thing is, you don't want to let too much time go by. Especially as you are growing your viewership and subscribers and things like that. But I just wanted to take a chance to explain and give an update on the situation. Of course, as life goes, there are always some setbacks and delays that come along with life, and that's exactly what happened. I had things set up. I had a great outline and a plan for the podcast and for the episodes. January was all about kicking off the new year in the same spirit, or in the same way that Joshua and the children of Israel were getting ready to go into the promised land. That was the theme of January, and I released an episode in regards to that, wanted to cover more. And so going into February, my goal was to cover prominent African Americans in church history. And by that, I wanted to address an issue that some people might have in the Black community as far as Christianity and religion. Christianity being a white man's religion. And so I kind of wanted to show how people of color, Blacks, Africans have played a part in church history, and that Christianity, the belief and the ideal of the religion of Christianity did not start in slavery. When they brought the Africans over, they didn't come up, or the ideal of Christianity was invented then. No, it goes back further than that. That's something that I wanted to cover in the month of February. Also, since February is the month where we celebrate Valentine's Day, I wanted to deal with love, and of course, deal with love from a biblical perspective. Also, covering some of the things and the ideas that we have on love, some of the misconceptions that we have on love, and try to clean it up and present a better understanding, and present the true definition and understanding of love from a biblical perspective. So that didn't happen. I think I did just post something very short video. I think it's just a short video with me talking. It's probably about a minute long, 2 minutes altogether. But I also was planning on, I had a couple lined up, because also in February, I wanted to just celebrate love, period, love and marriage. So I had this couple that I was going to interview, had all of that lined up. I reached out, DM, DM them, and they was with it, like, cool, we can, we can do this, but it didn't come to pass. And I was trying to record ahead and like record that in January, record that in January so it'd be ready to be released in February. So those are the things that I hoped to do, and it still can come about. But those were things that were supposed to come out in the month of January and in February. Also, there was some things going on behind the scene, with family. Family members have an older family member uh, that's in my wife's family. There's pretty, that's up in age, so there's the issue of you know transition and the health, failing and things like that. I'm trying to get my words right, but basically there was sickness in the family. you know and it even hit home. Okay, me and my family, we had COVID. So that took some wind out of my sails. To have COVID. um it was I thank God that the symptoms were fairly mild. I think the first night that I realized I wasn't feeling well, that night for me was the worst night. I felt the worst that night. But everybody in the household that they had COVID, we we stuck together. God brought us through, and I praise God for that. And I'm so thankful for God, and thankful that He also placed people in our lives, and they allowed God to work through them, because when we were quarantined, we had people, bring us food and to call and check on us to see if there was anything that we needed. And I know everybody wasn't that fortunate. Another thing that took place um, is, I'm not I'm a minister. I'm a, a man of God. I serve in my local congregation, but I'm not what you called a full-time, working minister. Um, I also have a 9 to 5 or a regular job, that pays the bills. So, you know, um, bringing dealing with the fact that there was an increase in hours and overtime, and your body gets tired and you need rest, and there was just some days that I was tired. I didn't have the energy that I needed, and it became difficult to find the time to put in, for studying and to research content, because I just don't want to put anything out. So there was that pressure with finding time, and also working and trying to meet the demands of the 9 to 5, and continue to do the podcast. And backing up to the with the sickness in the family, we were without a babysitter. All our babysitters were unavailable because of just certain issues, because of the sickness and other things. So I worked a night shift, and my wife, she works day shift. So pretty much when I got off in the morning, I was with my youngest daughter throughout the day. So that took up a lot of more time, and I require more rest. Require rest whenever I could get it. So soon as I was able to get some sleep, I wasn't really thinking about the podcast. I mean, I thought about it, but I didn't have the time. I didn't have the energy. I'm like, I got to get to bed. So, um, this babysitter situation had changed, and that took up some time. But anyway, I know that took up quite a bit of time explaining and talking about everything that has happened, but I just wanted to try to be as thorough as possible and let you guys know and give you a pretty good and detailed update on what's been going on with me, and why there hasn't been many, videos or posts, from the Underground Church podcast. But out of all of this, I'm thankful, because I want to share this with you guys, that the in life there are going to be delays. Delays are going to happen. It's just a part of life. Some of it you can control, some of it you cannot control. But I want to encourage anybody that's viewing this or listening to this, and they don't have that you have goals, you have desires, you have dreams, and you steady getting set back, and delayed. Just keep being faithful, keep working on your craft, keep praying, and continue to trust God, because things will work out, things will open up to where you will be able to move forward. And you can look at Apostle Paul. He wrote to the Corinthians because he had been delayed. There was a delay in his ministry as well. So he wrote to explain what happened, because people was beginning to, criticize his character. So that happens, and for a minute I was beating myself up and I felt guilty, but I can't, because that happens when you look at the Bible, biblical characters that happened to Paul, and like Paul, what we must do and what I have been doing, and I want to encourage you to do it, is to find the blessing, to always remember that God is with you, whether you moving forward, whether are you feeling stagnated, God is with you. The Spirit is with you. The Spirit is always willing to teach you, to comfort you. That's why it's called the Comforter, to comfort you in those times of difficulties. So I was able, when I was in it, I just asked God and was like, what are you trying to tell me? And my approach was different. Rather than being so negative, I was frustrated at times, but all things work together for the good. So I was determined to take these experiences and learn from it, grow from it, in order for me to present it to you guys and teach you, and so you will know that, okay, this is what's going on. I have an insight, and I have a perspective that I probably wouldn't have if this stuff wouldn't have happened. But I'm here with a testimony. I'm here with a praise that God has kept me and kept my family, and I'm inspired, and I'm still encouraged, to share the things that I've been gone through, even though it was a delay. You can be delayed, but not denied. Whatever God has planned for you in the path that He has chosen for you to walk, He has that set out, and there's no force out there that can stop that. All right. Before I get ready to end, there was another thing that I've been working on. I've been working on behind the scenes, and my sister, she's in ministry. Her name is Amanda Parham, Evangelist Amanda Parham, and she reached out to me with an idea, with a plan that she's been working on, and it's a women's ministry called Destiny Restoration. And I'm on the board of directors or whatnot. So I've been working on that behind the scenes. We've been meeting and talking and planning things, having Zoom meetings. So I have been doing that, been a part of that. We also have other board members as well that have been very active in participating. But I'm very excited about that as well, because I'm happy, because even though I seen things slow down in my life, I seen where God was still blessing and moving things forward in other people's life, and that gave me so much hope and encouragement that God is still active. God is still, He is still working things out in our lives. And even though it might seem like I was at a standstill, God was still working behind the scene. God was still working and I could see Him manifest in other people's lives as well. And out of that manifestation, I seen where the obedience and the faithfulness paid off. My sister has been very diligent. We're working behind the scenes, getting paperwork and things in order, making the necessary phone calls and the steps and things like this. So I see where her dedication and her faithfulness is paying off in a major way. Now, once again, the ministry is called Destiny Restoration, and it is a ministry for women that have been incarcerated, that they have made wrong choices in life, and they're trying to get back on their feet, and so Destiny Restoration offer resources and and help to get them back on their feet. It's offering things as far as like financial literacy, um, training, like training, life skills, how to get a job, and helping an individual set up a bank account, and encouraging good habits, saving your money, also, parenting skills and all of that. So there's a need, and Destiny Restoration is there, and to help fulfill that need. It's very early in the foundational stages, but things are moving at a real good pace, and I'm excited about it. But that's pretty much all I have for this episode, which pretty much was a recap of January, February, and now where I'm at now is pretty much a recap of things that's been going on, that I've been involved with. So, at the end of the day, I just want everybody to remain faithful, be encouraged, and know that God is still moving. And even though you might have started out uh, in a rough place, 2022 probably it didn't start out the way I wanted to, but you got to keep going forward. Don't be discouraged. Don't be dismayed. You got to keep going forward. And that's what I'm doing. That's what I chose to do, because God is moving. I'm going to move with God, in spite of what it looks like. That's why you have to walk by faith and not by sight. But with it being said and done, y'all continue to keep your heads up, keep your spirit up, be blessed, and I love y'all.